Okay, this is for the PlayStation 4. I'm going to show you how to clean it because it's sounding jammed. And usually it's because of accumulation of dust in the inside. So I'm going to show you the tools that we're going to use, how to open it, how to tear it down, how to clean it, and how to put it back together. And before and after. So sounding pretty loud. It's pretty much a jet engine, so let's get to it. Step number one, the tools that we're going to use. Alright, so the tools I'm going to use is you're going to need your thermal paste. Okay, this is what's going to go in the CPU. You're going to need Q-tips, alcohol, flashlight. I'm going to use a headlamp, it's very useful, and an electronic tool set. You don't need something fancy like this, but I'll show you the bare minimum. This is just going a little overboard. So as far as thermal paste, you can use this expensive Corsair. I think it was like 30 bucks. You don't need all this. You can just get the cheap. Well, I mean, don't go so cheap, but this is like decent thermal paste. This was about, I think, $6. And I've been using this one compared to this one because I'm gonna go through it anyways. And with these systems, you're just gonna have to open them every now and then regardless and clean them up. So it's completely up to you. And I also use a little plastic, you'll see in the next process, but this is just to slab on the thermal paste on the CPU. You can also use a credit card or a piece of plastic that's nice and flat that can help you smear it on, and you'll see what I mean. So you can get this, $5. Q-tips, cheap. Everybody has Q-tips. You can get alcohol. I use 70%. I don't think it really matters. The thermal paste comes off with the alcohol. So just have some alcohol. A flashlight, because you might have to. It'll be a little hard to see. As far as tool set, you don't need to get this like one of these iFixit tool set, which I love, but you don't need all this. I'll show you. You can get, if you go to like an electronics store, you can get like these little cheap screwdrivers. That's all you need. You don't need anything crazy or fancy. Oh, and before you forget, you're gonna need a brush, any brush, a toothbrush, it doesn't matter, or something that you don't use, just to clean the electronics inside. And there you go. Oh, and a flat surface. You want to get yourself a nice flat surface and put something white over it so you can see where all the screws are and you don't lose them. Here on this tool set, it has a little magnetic plate, so I'll put my screws here and they won't get lost. But you can also get like a little magnet and just put all your screws on the magnet piece. Alright. Okay, first step is to remove, when disassembling the PlayStation 4, this is the PlayStation 4 1TB hard drive. Came out in 2016, PlayStation 4 Pro. So the first step is to take out the top lid. And you can literally just jank it here in the corner. So this is the front, so I start from the front. Okay, don't be afraid, you're not breaking it. It's just a bitch to open. Alright, just take it from the corner here, okay? There's 3 layers, let me show you. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. It's this layer right here. You can actually see it on this side. Okay, there you go. Show it again. I just put my finger in there and it pops right open. Okay, and we're gonna do that until we get all these corners on. Just work, see which way it'll let you open. Sometimes it doesn't. There you go. And it just pops off like that. And then just make a note of how you're taking this apart, because you don't want to mess up the order of the assembly. Okay, so that's that. Next step would be to take off these screws. There's 3 of them. Okay, and then there's 2 in here. We're gonna take those off. Okay. Oh. That one. I'm going all over the place. I should really go in order. But you see I took out these screws that hold this anti-magnetic plate. This one's not coming out. Oh. See, this one is magnetic. These 3 are. Just not this one. These 3. Just put them aside, don't lose them. Take this off, put it to the side. Okay. You can see all the gunk. That's what we gotta get to. The fan right here. Not sure if you can see. There's a lot of gunk in there. It doesn't look like much, but once we open it, you'll see a bunch of dust bunnies everywhere. Alright, so we got that off. Now we're gonna go and work our way to the back, and we're gonna get these screws off and put some light. Okay, we got one here, okay, one there, one here, and this one for the hard drive. Take that one off. So let's go ahead and do that. Torx screw again. Oop. Here, let me just set it like this. And the tool to take those out looks like this. It's like a star. Actually, let me see what it says. It says it's a T2 screwdriver. Torx screw. Oh, there you go. Torx. There you go. There's the name. No focus. Guess not. Well, anyways, it's a Torx T2. Okay. These put on the magnetic plate. There you go. Just check if there's any more of them. There isn't. Well, this one's just a regular let me get it 1 sec. It's a PH1, I think. Yep, it is a PH1. Okay. Take that one off. Okay, that's for the hard drive. Take that off. And then this just slides off. Okay. Just put that to the side. Okay. Now technically here you can just take it off. You can see these slots right here. You see these moving. You can take out this bottom plate. We'll take that off at the end. Not yet. Okay. So otherwise the whole thing is gonna come apart. Okay, I actually lied. We're actually are going to take off this cover. I thought that I had it this way, which was where the stickers were, or no, this is where the logo is, right here. Okay, where the logo is, that's where we're gonna take it off. Okay. So, again, we're just gonna continue where we took out these screws, okay, and this plate that I was talking about, we're going to take that off. Same process as the top lid. You want to start at the corners and then pull up. And then this one, actually, once you pull it up a little like that, okay, you're going to push. Okay. Here, I'll put it back together. Okay, so again, corner, corner, raise it up slightly, okay, and push. And there goes that bottom plate. Okay. So now we're gonna take these off. Actually, I might need a smaller one. So. I might need a smaller one. Let's see if this one, the other one, the Torx T2, see if that works. It does. Okay, we'll stick with that one. We want it to go smaller. Okay. So now we're gonna take off these screws right here. We're gonna go all around. They're all located. There you go. You can see them. There's one there, a couple there. Couple here, here. They're all around. You won't miss them. They all look the same. We're gonna take those off, and they're magnetic as well. So, take it off real quick. Let's see, another one there. Here, I can actually put this here so you guys can see as I'm taking them out. Okay. I think I got them all. These screws. I don't see any of them anymore. Let's double check. Nothing here. No. Okay. Now there's another one here. This is for the, I believe, the Wi-Fi. Just this one right here. Show you. This one right here. So we're gonna take that off. I think it is for the Wi-Fi, but it's the same screw. Same screw, so you can just put them in that pile. Okay. This one just comes up. Oh, and then this, very careful. Okay. I'll show you. Okay, this one, I'm going to be very careful because I fucked one up before in my other system. This one, you don't want to yank it. You don't want to. You're just going to up motion, okay? And it just comes off like that. Okay. Let's see if the camera focuses. Hold on. See? Just put that aside. And you can do the same with these other three. I think this one's Bluetooth. Again, if it's hard, you can just take one of these tweezers and just kind of move it up. And this one came out too. So I think this is Wi-Fi. I think this one's Bluetooth. Okay. those off. Okay, and now we can also take off these blue ribbon wires. This one's a little delicate as well, so I'll show you how to do it. This one, some of these are fairly simple, some of them are really hard. You can just put your little fingernail in there. There's a little slit there, so I can show you. Okay, there's a slit right here. You can just push it up. Okay. Come on. There you go. See that? And it's going to be the same across all these ribbons across the PlayStation. So we'll just do that. Okay. And then they just pull off. Oh, this one doesn't have any, so this one you just have to pull out. Okay. That one doesn't have the little security connection. This one doesn't either. That one just pulls out. Same with this one. Pulls out. Same with this one. Pulls out. Okay. And then just let them be like that. Okay. Now we're gonna take off these small screws right here. Okay. There's 4 of these, 5, and there's a couple more somewhere else, but there's somewhere there. Oh, and we can also take off this power. This one's for power. This one just literally pulls off. Okay, nothing special. Just be careful for these that have the little security tab on them, because they break really easily. There's more screws here. We're going to take those off too. They're the same as this, so you can put them in their own pile. Now let's see if it takes the pH one. I think it does. Yeah, it does. So same screwdriver bit. Get this off, take this off. Alright, so technically now we got these ribbons off, we got this power piece off, okay? Now we got all the screws out. Technically this should just pop up. Unless we're missing another screw. Yeah, we are. See, there's a couple more here. Here you go. This comes off. So now again, technically we're looking at the PlayStation from the bottom, okay? The top is down here, okay? This is the bottom of the PlayStation. Alright, so we got all these ribbons out, okay? Alright, next step is to take this plate right here, and we're going to take off these screws, as you can see. Okay, we're going to take those off. Let's go ahead and do that. Same screwdriver bit, pH 2. Put them in the same pile. Just make sure that when you're taking them off or off, no matter what screw you're using in any situation, that you're aiming straight down and putting some pressure so that the screw doesn't mess up. Okay. Same pile. Okay, so now this one should technically come off. Actually, I lied. I think there's another one underneath. See, I think this piece comes off now. Let's see. Okay, so I actually lied. It does come out. It's just stuck in there. But yeah, this comes out. Bam. Put that to the side. Okay, now we're gonna take this is what holds the CPU in place. I think these are PH2s again. I think it's the same bit. It is. Alright. So we're just gonna go ahead, take these off. They're not magnetic, so keep them together. And then you can just leave them here in their slot so we won't lose them. I don't know where the other one went, but we'll find it. Okay. And we take this one off. Let's see what that came off. There you go. Let's put this one back here. There you go. Let's put this one to the side. Okay. Okay, now at this point, this should be coming off, but don't take this off yet. We're gonna actually hold it with one hand, and we're gonna flip it over. Now we are on the top side of the PlayStation. Okay, be careful. We're gonna take off this power supply. Okay, so you're gonna raise it slightly. Okay. Okay, slightly. Be careful. Now we're gonna take this is the power supply, so we're gonna again these just come off. Just pull it up straight, and it comes off. Okay. Pull it up straight. And I'll show you where it was. It's right there. Okay. Show it again. Okay. That's how it was. Pull it up straight. Be careful, and then just unplug it. Okay. Put that to the side. Okay. Now, we can go back, flip it over. Okay, flip it over. Now we can take this off. Okay. Now be careful here because it has some slots. Okay, this is where it goes. Let me show you. Okay. Just be careful. Okay. Just just kind of erase it slightly and pull it off. Okay, these are all the ports. And you can set this to the side. We'll work on that in a bit. Oh, here it is. There's the CPU. I'll show you how to clean that up and put the thermal paste again after we clean off the fans. Put this to the side. Okay. Alright. Here, take that off. Now we're going to take off these screws. You can't even see them, but they're right there. Okay. There's a couple, two right here. Take those off. Okay. We're going to keep using the same screwdriver bit, which is the PH2 screwdriver bit. These keep separate. Okay. I'll show you how they look like too, in case you're wondering. Okay. If you lose one, don't worry. You can always order them online. I don't know the exact name, but I know for sure you can get replacements for these if you lose them. There you go. Now this plate comes off. Okay. Put that to the side. Here's the CPU. This is the thermal vent for the CPU. Get that one off. I think now it should just come off. Okay. Yep. And then be careful. Okay. Turn it around. You can see all the nasty gunk in there. We're gonna clean that out. To the side. Alright, and this is as far as we go. Actually, one more step. The fan. Again, same PH2 bit. Okay. Now all these right here, after we took off the CPU cover, they're all the same. These little screws. Put them in a pile. Okay. There you go. We're literally in the frame of the PlayStation 4 now. Here, I'll show you all the screws. Okay, these were in the beginning when we started taking everything off. Actually, I lie. It was these and these long ones. Right, these were together when we took off the electric plate. And these were in the back for the motherboard and to hold everything in place. These were after we took off the blue ribbons off. Okay, or actually before we took off the blue ribbons. And then this is when we started the CPU area. They're all the same. Keep them in a pile. Okay. Honestly, as far as this goes, you can do whatever you want. I just use a brush. Brush this off. You can just compress air, whatever you like. I'm just using a brush for now. Okay. You can use a vacuum as well. You have like a shop vac or even a house vacuum, you can just suck up all the dirt. Okay. Just no water. Make sure you use no water here because it can really mess up everything. Okay. This wasn't as dirty as the actual thermal vents. Here, just gonna take this gunk off. Okay, and I just wanted to note, as far as the cleaning, taking off the dust, okay, you're just gonna focus on the fan, around this area, on the actual base, where the fan goes, and these little fan slots on the side, okay, these little slots that you see here. Again, you can use a brush, okay, and a vacuum just to suck up the dirt, or blow it off if you have like a shop vac, blow off the dirt. Just be careful again for these little ribbon cables. You don't want to mess that up. And then you're also just gonna focus on this again. Just when it comes to the dirt, this right here. Okay, get as much as you can. This is what's making it sound super loud. Okay, so let's do that first. I'm not gonna bore you with that, but essentially we're just gonna go again all around, get all these dust bunnies, get them all out. Okay. Okay, so I have cleaned the pieces that I showed you. Was the fan, the vase where the fan sits, and the thermal vents. Okay, I did end up using a vacuum just to suck out the nastiness from the thermal vents. As you can see, there you go. And we got as much out as we could. Okay, doesn't need to be perfect. Just try to get those dust bunnies out. But okay, anyways, now we're gonna go and clean the where the CPU sits. Okay, there's one and there's two, so there's only two pieces you gotta clean. I just grab this cap, but you can do whatever you want. You can grab a container, whatever. I just grab a little bit. You don't need too much. Literally, just a little bit. And a Q-tip. And essentially, you're gonna grab the Q-tip and just do this, and you see how easy it just comes off. Okay, you're gonna take this off. Okay. Now I'm not gonna bore you, but you're gonna do this here, right? Take this off, and same process here. Okay. Now I know you can see that it's all over the place, but you can run with the alcohol, wipe it off. Okay. Wipe it off as much as you can. And then just put this one aside, grab a new Q-tip, and to keep doing the same process, just be careful with the pins. Okay? Be careful with the pins. Do your best to take out this paste. Okay? Turn the Q-tip on the other side, wipe it again. Keep wiping it. And we're going to keep doing it until it's nice and clean, and I'll show you the end result. Okay? Okay, and then there's the final result. Okay, that's the thermal vent here. That's where the CPU sits, and here's the CPU. Okay, it's not the cleanest, especially around the mini chips, but it is clean here. This is what matters. This is fine. Don't worry about this. It'll be fine. Just try to take out as much as you can. Okay, just be careful. Don't be too forceful, because then you'll mess up your PlayStation. Okay, so now the next step is going to be to apply the thermal paste. Oh, fallen. Everything's fallen. Anyways, so here's the thermal paste, and I'm going to zoom in. Okay. So there's a lot of techniques out there. This is just what I do. Cleaning my own PlayStation and applying the thermal paste on my own PlayStation, my own systems, for a very long time now. So what I do, and again, I'm gonna use this little cheap one. This was literally like $6. I bought all these thermal paste at Micro Center, but you can also get it at Best Buy. I like to just put some here, not too close to the edge, just some here, like this. Okay. Then I go with that piece of plastic. If you have a credit card or whatever, just use it and just smear it across like so. Don't go all the way to the end. And do the same thing the other way. Okay. And then some here. So there it is. Just put thermal paste as much as you can on the CPU. Okay. You can get these little nicks off if it's coming off. Just kind of brush them off. Whatever you're using, you want to wipe it right away because otherwise it's going to stick. It's going to get messy. And then I personally here, I just like to put a extra dab on this piece. Just a little dab. Right there. Right in the center. Okay. So that's the thermal paste application. Now we're going to start assembling everything and we'll go from there. Alright, now we're going to do the assembly. For the assembly, we're going to start with the base, okay? Then we're going to put the fan, okay? The fan. And we're going to grab those screws, okay, that we took off. Look like that. Okay. There's 4 of them. And you can actually see there's actual arrows on the actual plate. Let's see. It's hard to tell, but it's right there. It's kind of etched on there. The arrows where the screws go. Okay. So we're going to continue doing that. It's actually 3 of them, not 4. There you go. Oh, that's 3. Oh, that's 4. Okay. I was thinking of another process. There you go. Right after this, we're going to install the thermal vent. Okay, goes this way. Fan, thermal vent. As you're putting it in, you want to make sure that, I'll show you here, that you are careful with these ribbons. So take it, just kind of move them out of the way. And the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi cable, get them out of the way. Be careful. And this should just pop in. There you go. Okay. Let's move this out of the way again. Now we're gonna put this piece on. Okay. goes in like that. Oh, I'm tripping. Well, I forget how well this one goes. All right. We got that there. Now we're gonna put the motherboard. So the motherboard, okay, pins right here. Pins right there. So they're gonna go in this slot right here. And I would put the ports in first, then the pin. See if I can show you. Okay. And then just let it sit. Get these blue ribbons out of the way. Okay, so again, this one we're gonna have to put it in a start position. So start on one side, go right across from it, then start on this side, closer here. And we're gonna start on this side. Then we go back to this one. We go back to this one. This one. We're good. Don't do it all the way, just until it literally your screwdriver stops. No more. Okay. There you go. We got that on. Put this cover on there too. Okay, and here you can see a little better actually, the little etchings on the. Honestly, they're everywhere here, so you won't get lost thinking like, oh, where's the screw go? You know, this is gonna tell you where it goes. Okay. So, put these back on. Oh, now we need the Torx. The Torx T9 actually. I think I gave you the wrong measurement. It says Torx T9. I really wish you guys can see it so you guys can look it up if you guys ever need it. Yeah, Torx T9H. Get yourself a bit set. Okay, essentially put them where the etchings are. Come on. Doesn't want to work with me today. Then again, these are not magnetic, so they're, I mean, they are magnetic, but just, I don't know what the heck is going on. Come on. Wow, I am your worst teacher. It's actually not this silver one, it's actually this one. Little black ones. Yeah, they go all over here. So I apologize about that. Okay. It's already a very long video. But hopefully it's straightforward. And we'll put a link on the bottom of the video, or shall I say links in the description of what tools I'm using, where you can get them. Do shop around, because sometimes you can find really good deals, you know. You don't always have to go to, you know, the big stores. You can always go to your local electronics shop and get them for cheap. So, bam, got that there. Okay. Now, I'm gonna actually turn it around. I'm gonna put in the power supply, also known as the PSU. The PSU. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna connect this first here real quick. Okay. And then this essentially is just gonna fall in this slot right here. Okay. It's literally gonna fall in there. Bam. See? Oh. I gotta put it in evenly. Put it all sideways. There you go. Bam. It's in. You can tell if you watch the ports. Make sure they're nice and square. Okay. Here we're still need more screws, but that's square. Okay. Turn it around. Work there in a minute. Now goes the other cover. This one here. So let's turn this around this way. Oh, and I forgot to mention, right here, there's some slots, okay. These little T's are gonna go in here first, okay. And then just literally drop it. Be careful for these buttons. There you go. Okay. Now we can go ahead and connect all this. Hopefully I am explaining this as good as I can. And then these literally just pop in there. Okay. Just make sure they're nicely centered and then push, and you'll hear it's like a pop. Like a popping sound. And then here is like a little slit where the cable goes. Okay. And you won't get confused which ones go where, because the longest one goes here, the shortest one goes here. And then I'm going to show you the other one in a second. Alright, so we got all the blue ribbons. Now we're going to put the rest of the screws back on. Couple more. And you can tell where these go because these are tiny little black ones. You'll know where they go. If you forget, you'll know where they go. Because the next ones are going to be these little silver ones. So there's literally only 2 types of screws here, if you forget. Okay. Alright. Now we're gonna put the Wi-Fi. I think this is actually the Wi-Fi, yeah. There we go. See, I'm tripping again. There you go. Oop. And this one goes here because this needs to connect here. Actually do that now. There you go. Oh, wrong screw. These silver ones. Sneaked up on me. Bam. Pretty much got everything. Alright, so now we're going to start putting these other screws on. Get that one out. That one doesn't go there. My bad. It's weird how the actual tip is not magnetic, but the actual screw itself is. And real weird. Oh, tripping. I'm tripping today. There you go. It does go here. I'm just being crazy. Crazy. Okay, we got that done. Now we can put the cover back on. Just this. This one, remember, this one, which way are we tackling it? Okay, yep. Okay, this way, like that. Let's move this out of the way. Yep. There you go. Now I'm gonna put the back screws. Oh, it's gonna be a different bit, but actually, we're gonna skip that, and we're gonna go straight to the front. So now we're gonna go in, and we're gonna put the rest of these screws back on. Okay, and these, just be careful not to torque them all the way in. I mean, you can, just be careful. Okay. And these are the long ones. Okay, and then we just put in the cover. And this one just snaps into place.
Hold on. I know you really like my.
There you go. Now we're going to turn it on and see the difference before and after. Okay, Okay, and so I turn on the PlayStation 4 turned on, and it's running a game. It's been sitting for about 10 minutes. And it's running a game at its highest setting, and then you can also see that it's not making that really loud noise. You can actually hear the hard drive spinning because it's just so quiet. So there's that, and then just final notes. If after assembling the PlayStation 4 and it turns off right away while power is running to the machine, there could be a possibility that the thermal paste wasn't applied correctly, or that there could be a cable loose or not connected. So double check that, but more than likely it's the thermal paste that wasn't applied correctly. So what will happen is the system will turn on and then shut off right away. That's typically the thermal paste that's gone bad, or connection, and hopefully it's not the PSU, the power supply, because then we're in real trouble. There you go. That's how to clean your and disassemble the PlayStation 4 Pro.